Hey, what's up? Josh here for Bass Buzz, and in this video we're continuing our series where we're bringing you clarity about what beginner basses suck and which ones are awesome so that you know which one to buy so you can start rocking. In this video we're checking out the Squier vintage modified Jaguar Special. We're going to see if it lives up to the Fender name and if it's got those classic Fender tones.
Feels good. Neck is definitely a little smaller than expected. The playability is nice. I'd say string tension is very tight. Not certain if that's the bass or the string, but I like it. I like the nice tight string tension. But as far as fretwork, it feels good. Don't feel any sharp frets or anything strange.
Very playable. Feels great. Feels great all the way up. But I just can't stand these big fat blocks. The neck block on here stops my hand.
Yeah, so where the neck attaches to the body, there's just this big hunk of wood back there.
Yeah, and a lot of other basses will either smooth it out or make it more gradual or allow the thumb to kind of travel up the back here, but this one just stops it. And so, I mean, I'm not going to do a lot up here, but if you give me the frets, at least let me get up to play them. I think that's more my argument.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it plays really nicely all the way across. String spacing feels really good. String height is really good. I mean, the setup is still really good. And yeah, no uncomfortable bits.
Very dark, not a lot of articulation.
This has a much more of the classic electric bass sounds.
All right, so what do you think of these tones you got here?
I like the tones that we got here. Neck pickup with the bass boost and very little tone gave me that nice warm fingerstyle sound that I wanted. Kept all the bass in there, which was sweet. And this bass feels really good up in that 7th fret to 12th fret range where I like it to feel soft and R&B spongy. And it got bright. It got bright for that quacky, funky fingerstyle thing, the Jocko-y tone.
With the bridge pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, but it needed that bass boost in there the whole time. If you took that out, then it was dead.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep that in, that was sweet.
All right, so if you had to take this bass on a gig, what kind of styles do you feel like you could get the sound you needed, having heard some of the options?
I'm not extremely happy with the tone in general, to be honest. So
no gig.
I would say don't take this to the gig. But if you need to, get a compressor pedal and some kind of an EQ boost.
Okay, comfort. How does it feel to hold? Body shape, weight, neck balance?
Okay, this one, the neck feels good. There's no sharp edges. I mean, I can play around on it, but I don't like the heaviness of the headstock.
Comfort-wise, this bass is all right. I'd say it's a pretty perfect weight. I always assume a Fender is going to be too heavy, but this actually feels great. What is too heavy is this huge headstock. This is a typical Fender issue. This is what happens when the headstock's too heavy. When you're wearing a strap, it just kind of naturally works its way down as you're playing, which is really annoying. You have to keep doing this thing that I keep doing. So I lost some points there on the comfort scale.
Not a bad sound.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think in general it tends to balance the rest of it out. Good slap tone. Not bad. I'd say the pick adds so much articulation. I was expecting a little more punch to it, but much more well-rounded sound. I'd say not bad for rocking and things of that nature.
So overall, the pick and slap tone seems like you like those better than the fingerstyle tone.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan. It's very versatile. I feel like the squirrely factor is that bass boost, but if you get that set right, it feels like it handles each technique very, very well.
I think the best thing about this bass, besides that it just looks cool, is the versatility of techniques that'll work on it. We got some good slap sounds, some good pick sounds, and some good fingerstyle sounds out of it. And it feels really comfortable to slap and pick on this. There's a nice wide area to fit your pick or your thumb into for those techniques. So a nice versatile bass in terms of how you can attack it. All right, that means it's time to remove the blindfold.
Woo! It is, oh sweet, PJ?
Yeah,
The Jaguar.
yeah. You have one of the Fender Jags, right?
I do, and I had the exact same problem. The active pickups that it came with, I hated because it did the same thing. There was no I didn't feel like I had control. It was so I scuttled all the electronics and I put in different pickups.
Oh, man.
Jaguar bass.
Yes. Well, style points, it looks super cool.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to show up with something like this. I wouldn't be happy once I put it through my amplifier.
So like a karaoke kind of Super Bowl
Yes,
gig?
absolutely.
I love everything that it can do. Everything's really very playable, sounds great, but it also has a knob that could be your doom.
Yeah.
It's like a doom knob, and not like in a cool doom metal way, you could totally
Like an
mess things
actually
up.
bad Doom.
Yeah. So just because of that, it's too powerful. Josh.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous as a beginner bass because of that. Especially if you're on your first gig.
Yeah.
The sound guy's taking a direct out of your amp for the first time, and you're like, okay, I want some extra bass, and then that venue never wants your band back.
Okay, and then you're in debt like $2,000 to fix their PA, and everybody hates you.
Yeah.
So I say bass boost knob is the culprit here, but otherwise it's a really, really great bass, and I like it.
Yeah, solid. There was not a consensus between the three of us on a rating for this bass, which I thought was pretty interesting. It was a pretty widespread. Ben gave it a 2, I gave it a 3, Gio gave it a 4. So we're already seeing at bass 2 out of 7 in this series that a lot of this comes down to subjective, intuitive preferences of what you're used to and what you like and what sounds are more important to you than others. But we're going to keep soldiering on, and hopefully you'll learn a lot about all these basses in this series. So the Squier Jag, I'd say it's worth considering. Stick with the rest of the series, see what your other options are, and see how it does in the final shootout where we pick our favorites and pick a winner. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to Bass Buzz where you can get the full scoop on all the tech details, some construction quality notes from a professional repairman, and some more info on our reviewing methodology. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.